So I've been sort of cleansing myself after that project. When I originally embarked on that project, and I think you were there for this. I think you remember that I said that if I built this quadruped from scratch, solo design, solo build, this quadruped, which I will shout out Wolf real quick. Wolf did help me get my environment running, and he did write the API for this. Mostly because I was calling him crying about the project towards the end of it because I was extremely burnt out from doing this project. But we love that guy. Wolf, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your hard work. In the midst of all of that, I think I'm burnt out. I think this is what burnout is. I've been trying to figure out what's wrong with me. I'm just really bad at everything. Like, I do stuff that's stupid and doesn't make sense, and I think I'm burnt out. Like, I think that's what this is.
That'll happen. I mean, you've been doing a lot of stuff, for like
a
so
really
it does
long
not
time,
surprise me. Yes, like to the point that I've even been like, man, I hope Ellie's okay. Because like every time I feel like I've talked to you outside of a stream, it's been like some level of you're like, oh yeah, I was either working my job or I was working on some project or something. And I was like, man, you've been doing a lot.
Yeah,
and
I'm like, full-time robotics engineer, full-time streamer. Also, I build things. I have a ton of, stuff that I have to do for stream. Like I've been writing music and I've been recording that music and everything and arranging that music and mixing that music, and also I stream full time and also I work full time as an engineer, so it's more than full time. And it's so I thought that burnout would feel like depression or overwhelm. I had the sense in my head that if you were burnt out, you would know, because you would be like, I have to stop working, I hate this. But that's not what I feel like. I just I put my shirt on backwards this morning, and when I looked at it, I realized that there was a stain on what was on the front for me, right? And I realized that this was because I had gotten the stain on Thursday, which meant that not only had I worn this shirt Thursday, I had not washed it in between, and I had also worn it backwards Thursday.
Yeah, I think that's burnout.
I think burnout.
I think that you're a little jumbled, and I think that what would be probably, I'm sure you already know this, would be, I don't know, maybe just pulling up you. Okay, wait, no, I'm gonna get off topic.
No, what? Tell me, get off topic right now. Get off of this topic.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, everyone. This is very important. I did not mean to go. What I was going to say is that you should watch a YouTube channel I've been meaning to recommend to you. It's called Extinct Zoo. Do you know about this? I love
Extinct Zoo, dude.
Okay, I discovered it, and the first thing I thought was like, I need to send this to Ellie. And I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I've been like, I need to send this to Ellie, because every time I watch it, I'm like, wow. It's like I'm listening to Ellie right now, like talking about the dinosaurs and how there were like sharks that owned like half the ocean at one point.
They owned
about this weird little what is this fucking thing called? I saw it. Hang on.
Hallucigenia.
Yeah,
Hallucigenia.
Ew, dude. Why he look like that?
Cambrian weirdo. Absolute weirdo in the Cambrian. Took us forever to even figure out. Wait, was this Cambrian?
I think
or
this was
this
Cambrian.
pre-Cambrian? Yeah, no. This was
Cambrian aged fossil.
This was Cambrian. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, it took us forever to even figure out which was the top and which was the bottom. Yeah, funky little guy.
That thing lived on this planet.
Yeah.
I don't think
about
that.
Your dad.
That thing was crawling around.
You're not actually descended from that thing. I'm sorry. I wish I could say that.
But and everything. I was like, yo, I'm descended from a funky little guy.
You are descended from a funky little guy, but not that one.
I'm telling my dad that. I'm telling my dad right now.
That I said he was a funky little guy.
He'd probably laugh, to be honest. He'd be like, hey, yeah, I am.
Yeah, I think
he'd probably agree.
I think you could say that my dad was a funky little guy, and he'd be like, wow, nice.
Yeah. My dad talks a lot about you now. I want you to know, ever since he's talked to you, he constantly asks me, he's like, how is she? And I'm like, she's good. Aww. He's like, okay.
How am I,
I'm like, she's good. Well, now I'm going to be like, well, she's a little burnt out. She needs to rest.
Yeah.
And then here's the thing, though. If I tell him that, my dad's going to be like, can you put me in a call with her? And he's going to be like, you need to rest. He's going to be like, you need to rest. Like, you can't be pushing yourself.
You can't be pushing yourself.
Yeah. Like when I had friends over and stuff like that, if my friends were like sad or whatever, and my dad figured it out, he would pull them aside and have like he used to call it macho talk is what he would call it. And he would just be like, you just like hype them up basically.
Dude, that's where I get
rocks. Maybe that's where I get it from.
Macho talk. I want that so bad.
Yeah. Maybe I get my hypeness from my father, who is always like, you got it. Let's go. Like when I was graduating from high school, they're like, they say your name and everyone goes, yay, and claps. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that happened. My dad went, let's go, like as loud as he could. Like he was like, yeah, boo, like as loud as he could. And I was like, thanks, Dad. Thank you. Thanks, Dad. And everyone like turned and looked at him. It was a mixture of embarrassment, also like, hell yeah. That's my dad. Like, you know what I mean?
Dad.
Like,
yeah. That guy rocks. Like,
yeah.
Like you bring that level of enthusiasm. That's exactly what you do for your friends. Like that's literally you when I get a hype train. That's actually what you're like.
I do my best. I love my friends. And if I can support them in any way, then I shall.
No, but it's cute. It's just like, I can tell that that's where you get that from, you know?
Yeah, I'll tell my dad you're a little burnt out. And then there may be a time where I'm like, Ellie, my dad wants to have a macho
I would love that. Dude, I'll be better soon, I think. I listen to podcasts 24/7 because I never want to feel alone. And it's gotten to the point where my brain can't focus on what they're saying while they're saying it. So I can't, I don't get anything from it anymore. Like, it's literally just background noise. I can listen to a whole episode of something and at the end of it be like, I wonder what that was about. Podcast Tracks, Free to a Good Home is incredible. They are Australians who find the worst things on Craigslist and discuss them, and they're very funny. They're comedians, and I love them. Free to a Good Home is great. But I've been listening to music at work for like the first time ever. It hits very different, man. It's a confusing feeling. Like, you're like, why am I having feelings at the office? And then you realize it's because you're listening to a song that's all feelingsy. How do people do this? How do people listen to music at work?
When I'm writing for D&D, I have a specific YouTube video I go to. It's called Studying with Gandalf. And all it is it's like Lord of the Rings music, and it has like the sound effect of like a candle and him flipping through a book, and like occasionally him going like like that. And that's all I listen to on loop. Yeah, because I imagine I'm writing with Gandalf. Yeah, so that's what I listen to when I'm quote unquote working, if you will. So I don't really listen to music, because if I do, I end up like listening to the lyrics. I have to zone out. The only time I did this before, the only time I've really ever listened to a song like for an absurd amount of hours, like 6 hours straight, probably was Avril Lavigne's Complicated. And that's because I was reading the SCP wiki.
Yes,
and I started at
one. Realize.
Yeah, and I made it to like 500 or 600 or whatever, and then I realized that I was listening to a different Avril Lavigne Complicated in the way that my ears were now hearing melodies that I did not hear originally when I was listening to it. My brain has started hearing the small background noises.
I started seeing the spiral within the spiral.
I started hearing like the background things that I didn't hear originally, and I was like, what is this? I was like, why am I hearing like different beats from what I originally heard? Like, I'm hearing the background stuff now. So yeah, that's the only ever time I did it.
Mimetic SCP detected. Oh my god, yes. Bro heard the golden ratio.
I might have. I don't know. It definitely was a different song by the end of it, and I was like, I got to turn this off. I'm gonna have to turn this off, or this song's gonna be this. I'm never gonna be able to listen to it again. It's gonna be stuck in my head.
We've talked about the fact that like my normal way of listening to music is just forever and ever, over and over again.
Yeah.
But like when I was in school, especially, I would pick a song that was like I wasn't crazy about it. Like something by Cher is usually a good bet because it's fine. And then you just don't let yourself turn it off until you finish the project.
That sounds maddening.
Yeah, and then if you ever hear it in a CVS, your pupils dilate like you're a sleeper agent, and you just like have sudden knowledge of chemistry that you'd forgotten, you know?
Maybe I should take that approach. You know, actually, I'm glad because I did think about doing that recently. And maybe it's because you said it and like I subconsciously thought of it again and went, wow, that's a good idea, Bo.
Like a sleeper agent.
Yeah, like a sleeper agent. Yeah, I think you did something to me, Ellie, and I don't know what it was. Oh no. But I was like, no, I can't do that, because here's the thing, right? When I'm writing, like sometimes I write in like 6-hour chunks and it'll be about one topic is all it is. It's just like, I'm like, there's this particular goddess I want to write about and I'm in the moment. I'm not stopping till I get it, right? And if I had a song like that, I definitely think I'd go insane.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's really brutal.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. That's I'm gonna avoid that. I would not recommend it.
I honestly thought I was kind of immune to burnout. For years, people have been telling me like, "Oh, Ellie, if you keep going like that, you're gonna burn out." And now that I know that this is what burnout is, I think I did burn out like several times.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think I just kind of got through
that.
it. Yeah. No, I think that it's been happening all along intermittently. I didn't realize that it wouldn't feel like, like, oh, I'm so sad I don't want to work anymore. I didn't realize that it would instead just feel like I should make myself a sandwich. How do I make a sandwich? Because I've experienced that many times.
How do I open the bread bag?
You just open the fridge. You just stand there for 3 minutes. You just close the fridge and you walk back to your desk.
Ellie, that's me. I want you to know that if we're ever if we do like an IRL collab, I want you to know in your apartment that's gonna be me. You're gonna watch me go to your fridge, open it, stare, and then just close it and not say anything, and then just sit back down to wherever I was. And you're like, that's the way life is.
That's because my fridge is miserable, dude. My fridge is a miserable place. Well, the beans don't go in the fridge.
I guess beans don't go in fridges, do they?
Yeah, my fridge is right now, a lot of cucumbers, 3 kinds of hot sauce, and my cat's heart medicine.
Wow, getting crazy with it, getting a little wild with it.
I have some bread too.
Yo, we're eating good tonight, fellas. Thank you, me lord. We got bread and cucumbers for dinner tonight.
We can have a cucumber sandwich.
Yeah.
I only have one piece of bread though, so we're gonna have to cut it in half. But other than that, why is bread in the fridge? Because Manhattan is a disgusting place to live. And for reasons I won't go into, you would keep your bread in the fridge too.
There you go. That is, well, that's the answer there. Man, you know what I really miss? I miss the, what are they called? Smuckers? Is that what they're called? Like the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
The Uncrustables. The Uncrustables.
Yes, those. Yes. Yeah, I don't know why I always call them Smuckers rather than Uncrustables.
Because they're made by the Smuckers company. That's who makes the jelly in them. But here's the thing, is it always just sounded like a challenge to me. I always wanted to crust them, just to see if it could be done.
You can't tell me what to do. You can't.
I see the box and I just want to crust them.
Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to tell me?
Right? I think you could totally deep fry those.
Ooh, I don't know if that tastes good though.
It'd be fine.
Ooh.
I don't have a deep fryer though. I don't even have a toaster. Okay. I have a water boiler and
I don't have that.
A microwave.
I mean, we kind of have the same exact stuff.
Yeah.
I think all I have is a microwave. Well, I have an oven, You have
an oven? Yeah, I have an oven too, but I rarely use it for oven. I mostly use it for bugs.
For what?
For bugs. Yeah, if you're preserving a bug, if you're doing bug taxidermy on an especially meaty bug, then you gotta dry out the bug meat before you preserve it. That's just common sense.
I love that I've known you so long that this doesn't even surprise me. I genuinely, I feel like most people would be like, what? But I'm just like, no, okay, no, that makes sense.